Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas day 19. The first part of this video got corrupted, and yeah, I don't know what happened to it. The parts 2 and 3 are absolutely fine, but the first part somehow got corrupted and it won't like process in Windows Movie Maker, and I've already deleted it off my phone because, you know, I thought, oh, it's gone through fine, you know, mistake. So because I don't know if it got corrupted on my phone or if it got corrupted on my laptop, so I could have tested that out if I still had it on my phone, but I don't. So yeah, so today's video is a Pintertest of the Jack Skellington baubles. And there's not that much really that I missed out, except for telling you that I was using these kinds of baubles, which I got from Wilkinson's for £1. They are the shallow kind, not the spherical kind. I was using white poster paint, which I talk about more in the other part, so that doesn't really matter too much. And the only other things you'll need is a paintbrush and a black Sharpie. And then the only other part that really got missed out was me drawing Jack Skellington's face onto the bauble, which is actually easier with the shallower ones. Well, I would imagine it's easier with the shallower ones than it would be with a spherical one. So that's really all that you missed from the first part. But I'm just so bummed that it got corrupted and that I'd already deleted it off my phone. So I'm really sorry about that. But yeah. I've just got to move on. Just keep going. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy parts 2 and 3. Okay, so I did a second coat of that. It's looking a lot better now. Just gonna let that dry. Tips for colouring Sharpie over Sharpie on a like shiny, glossy surface or material. Press lightly. Because if you press too hard, you're just going to scratch up the bottom layer, and that's not going to do anyone any good. So, I am going to start painting the back side of the bauble first. Whoa. Hello, random piece of dry paint. Please go away. Okay. This paintbrush is way too long. See, the problem with doing this using poster paints is that it is going to take quite a few coats. Oh, get off the charger wire. It is going to take quite a few coats, whereas if it was acrylic, it would take considerably less coats. Oh my god, this fucking paintbrush. So, you just got to kind of keep at it and hope for the best, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't look too bad with one coat. And obviously once the first coat's dried, which is probably going to be the longest coat to dry because it's a glossy surface and it's only poster paint. But once that's dried, then it'll be a good base, and hopefully the other layers will dry quicker because they'll adhere to it better because it's already been painted on. This one I think is about ready to be painted on. Fingers crossed, because this one's going to be a bit risky. I'm hoping that because Sharpies are alcohol-based and poster paint is water-based, that it won't affect the Sharpie or smudge it. Lay down, Bubba. Hello, honey. Lay down. There's a good girl. It doesn't appear to be smudging it, so that's good. This is really difficult to do with a long paintbrush when you're trying to film. I'm sorry that I keep knocking the camera stand, but there's only so much I can do to prevent it. Okay, so I'm going to let those initial coats dry, and then I'm going to keep layering up and layering up and layering up, and then, I mean, that's pretty much the hardest, almost time-consuming part of this, is just layering up the paint, which, like I said, would be easier if you get acrylics, but, you know, I'm doing the best of what I've got, so... I've just realised his face is not straight, because that's the top of the bauble. And his face is slightly wonky, but that doesn't really matter, because his face is round, so he could just be, like, cocking his head to one side. So, yeah, I'm going to let those dry. I'm going to layer up and layer up until I've got a better opacity of the white. And then I will be back to show you the finished painting and put it together. So yeah, I'll see you then. Okay, so as you can see, they're not quite dry yet, but I think that's as good as I'm going to get if I want to finish filming this tonight. So I will continue to add layers, and it did smudge a little bit of the face, but that doesn't really matter too much. But just for the sake of getting this video finished tonight, that is roughly what it looks like when it's done, except tidier and with better coverage. But it's taking quite a while to dry each layer, and like with the Sharpie, you have to be really careful how you paint on the layer on top, because it will take off some, hence why there are some really thin patches and some quite thick patches. It's hard to make it go on easily in more than one layer. So I am going to finish this off camera, but that's essentially what it looks like. Like I said, if you were using acrylic paint, this would go a lot smoother. But because I didn't have any and I was just using poster paint, I don't really recommend using poster paint. But at a push, it will work. It will just take some time and patience. So if that's all you've got and you don't have a chance or can't afford, for whatever reason, to get a load of white acrylic paint, then poster paint will work. It just takes some technique and patience. But yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm going to take it apart now anyway so it can finish drying. But yeah. So thank you for watching today's Vlogmas video. I will see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas video. And yeah, bye. That's pretty much it.